Hi, for those of you who are watching, I'd like to say welcome back. Thanks for watching. This is the Midwest Ski Rider channel. It's a channel that's based on jet ski riding around the world. Most places that I go to, I try to video up. You're currently looking at a ride that took place in Lavonia, Georgia. This ride was hosted by the Florida River Riders. My buddy Basil, which is called the River King, led the ride. What you're currently looking at is Gumlog boat ramp. That's where we launched at. And most of the riders moved to the other side of the lake to wait on the other riders. I think we had somewhere between 37 to 40 riders that day. The ride was supposed to take place at 8 o'clock, and everybody's just waiting around. I'm currently looking at my buddy Edwin, which is Basil's brother-in-law. Real good guy to mess with. Spent the whole weekend with him on the lake. And right now you're looking at Uzi. He's the caboose. He's the guy to stand at the back of the line to make sure nobody get lost, stranded, or need any help. If you do, he's there. Most rides have a lead rider, middle rider, and a caboose. That way we keep things safe if somebody break down or stop. What you're about to see now is Basil. He's coming up to lead the ride, and everybody's, gonna follow him to form a single file line as we get out. Like I said, they're based in Florida, and I think he's probably rode just about every river there is. You leave it up him to find a good spot, good waterfall, no problem at all. That's Juan Carlos, this guy that like to splash me in Kissimmee River. But anyway, we're already getting the head out, and I'll go ahead and let you watch the video as we form a single file line and head out. What you're currently watching is now as everybody headed out on a single file line. The reason why we take place, as you can see, the lake is not all that choppy, but as the skis come, the swells begin to develop in the waves. Now, if you don't form that line, the waves wouldn't come the way they're coming now. As you can see, my ski going up and down. But if it was multiple skis, the water would be rough, and it would create like about a foot and a half swells and wakes, and then just be rocking back and forth. This is why a single file line is formed when you're riding, and it also makes the ride more pleasurable, because when you got a bunch of skis together, the water gets choppy and you're constantly going up and down, and it's almost like riding in rough water. Now, as you can see, I'm on the outside, and I'm usually on the outside to try to film the ride, and I usually explain that to the leader. As you can see, there is Uzi there with the slower rider. He eventually wind up getting moving in the front. But I got a decent amount of speed for mouth power on my ski. So if I'm at the back, I can usually meet the front guy pretty quick and catch up with him as I video everybody's that's riding. life-changing experience. I've been places that, most big boats can't get to. And if you want to get out, enjoy the lake and travel and go around, I think the jet ski is one of the best things to do because even on some of these lakes and rivers that I've been through, I've seen kayakers go on some of the tight spots to get to the waterfalls. And with a jet ski, you got motor power, you're not pedaling. You're getting where you need to and you're getting there fast. Now, here's a father with his daughter. I think she's about 12 years old. And eventually later on that day, she wind up riding. We had riders from 12 to maybe like 67 years old. So age doesn't matter when it comes down to participating in sport. You can always have a good time. Everybody's enjoying the water. Doing what they love. Yeah, here's my boy right here. Now this is Basil. Now he's called the River King. Best guy I ever met in jet ski. Travel across the world with him. Never had a problem. Always a good guy. Hang out, drink, eat food, restaurants. Good guy to be around. I know for some of you guys that don't know this life, don't know what it's like, but just looking at this, and seeing the open water, and seeing all the jet skis out, you usually see this on expressways or motorcycles, but I want you guys to know this takes place on the water too, and this is our life, man. We have fun doing what we love, get to see things that we never saw before, and I always heard that, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a jet ski, and a jet ski will make you happy. So the ride is going to begin to slow down a little. This is like a no-wake area. And what I think this was is a railroad track that crossed the river. But I think they somehow took a section out where either boaters, canoers, or a jet ski can get past. Because we saw a few anglers on the tracks fishing. Now, after the railroad tracks, the ride picked back up, and we ride about another couple of miles to the entrance and to where we're going into the waterfall. I said, whenever I join these rides, they make sure they take care of everybody. So you'll never be out of place no matter how fast or how slow that you ride. So you never have to worry about that. And then if you break down, there's always somebody to get you back. You're never left behind. You're never on your own. When you participate on these rides, you drive somewhere between, 11, 12 hours out. I've drove to Florida 1,000 miles. There's no one to help me. But when you get with the Florida River Riders or you get with Basil, this guy's going to help you out. Now, what you're looking at is the entrance of where we got to go. And at top of the mountain there to your right, that's closer to the waterfall. So what we're going to do, we're going to ride maybe like 1.5 miles or 2 miles in to get to the waterfall. Now, as you can see, there's trees and tree stumps on the side of the water. There's a tree stump right there to your right. Now, I don't know who made this path or how this path was created or how Basil even found it, but it's unique. Believe it, even when you approach this overpath. Now, as you can see, this overpath have different sections, but it has a section where you can get through and maneuver your way through. And as you can see by this rider in front of me, you see him going, he got his hand shaking. I got like a 1200 watt system on my ski, so my music is like really loud. As you can see, going under the overpath, you gotta be careful and stay on the power. You see how almost like she lose control of her ski. You gotta have the right amount of power. And the one thing about jet skis, if you're not under power, you can't turn. You won't be able to turn. So you gotta keep your hand on the gas a little. Like I said, you can maneuver your way through this little creek here. About 2 miles. Now, this is what I was talking about with the canoers. I told you we went about 2 miles, 2.5 miles in. Can you possibly imagine what it's like to have to paddle that long? You'll be exhausted after you get to your destination, and there's no telling where they launched at. But with a ski, you can maneuver through these creeks. You can maneuver, through the cracks and crevices or whatever you have to go through, as long as you know how to ride and control your ski. And the water was at a decent level, so you didn't have to worry about sucking up anything. As you can see, I stopped. I had to worry about her pisser. Yamaha piss all over you, get you wet. Although you get wet sometime, but it's not cool when you get sprayed or somebody spray you on purpose. Now, here's something that you guys are probably used to seeing on the streets. Motorcycles parked on the curves lined up. This is one of the best feelings right here when you see almost 40 jet skis riding and they're all parked on the side. Like I say, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like I said, we got all types of riders. Everybody to ride with us, nobody excluded. And you're always welcome to join. And one thing about it, you get treated like family. There's always somebody there to take care of you, look after you. So you're not by yourself. And I'm the type of guy, I'll hit the road in a minute and go by myself. But I never have to worry. Like I said, when I'm with Basil, I'm always taken care of, even with the Florida River Riders. Even when, after the ride, meals, drinks, bars, or whatever, always taken care of. Yeah, I gotta make sure I don't hit that ski. And as you can see, we do bring extra gas, so, wherever we on these long rides, you don't have to worry about gas, as long as you got a full tank, and like he's got 2. two 5-gallons, which is 10, and now current skis have 18 gallons, so you usually have like 28 gallons to enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about getting back. Look at that waterfall. Isn't it beautiful? There's Heather right there, and there's Q tying up to the tree. After filming, I tied up next to them. That's me trying to walk across the water, stepping on rocks. I almost fell. I apologize for all the shakiness with the camera. But as I said, I was trying to walk up the water and stepping on rocks and sticks. It was kind of hard to focus. But this is everyone that's, enjoying this view. This is what we're seeing. Now, this is something that you don't see every day. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I told you we have riders of all ages. Nobody's excluded. The one thing about this life, it becomes a lifestyle. And that's me, Basil, and Patrick going on a little hike up the hill to get to the very top of that waterfall that you guys saw. Now there is a spot that you can go on the other side, or you can walk, like a path with steps you don't have to climb. But we had to maneuver our way through to get up there. Isn't that beautiful? I swear, if there is a waterfall somewhere, Basil's gonna find it. He's gonna find it, which is amazing. I've been places that I never thought I'd see hanging with this guy. Now this surprised me, I'm scared of heights, but these guys just walk right out there, and as you can see, I'm scared to move because one, you're dealing with water, you're dealing with algae, and that gets to be slippery. But they went right out there and sat down like no problem. And here's me, I'm gonna edge my way down. And as you can see, I'm not too sure in which direction to move to or which direction to go. As they, partake in their conversation, I'm like edging my way down, not certain if I should walk or scoot or whatever. So eventually I just sat down and slid, so I didn't want to slide. Now, there's the other group of people that came the other way with the walkway, but it's private property. So they came up that way, but they had to walk down the way that we went. Look at that. Now that's Patrick inviting other people to come out. But once you get up there, it's kind of scary. You see me scooting down. Now that's us discussing shoes. Which shoes slippery, which shoes are good, which shoes not. I bought my shoes off Amazon because they match my ski. I didn't think I was going to be hiking in them. But Patrick and I went to another waterfall. Now, this right here is like one of the most amazing things I have seen, and for the first time, on a jet ski. I smell food when we get back down, and I see that they're grilling. They got like 2 grills going on. Now, one of the guys said, hey, I wonder how long we're going to be. I'm going to fire up my grill. I was thinking like, what is he talking about? So as you can see, they got ribs on the grill. And the women that came, their wives or girlfriend, as we're, exploring, they're cooking. which was amazing. And like, look, he offered. It's just like freely offered. I was like so amazed. So, you know, I asked for a plate, man. I had me a couple of rib bread and I had a drink. And every time I come to one of these things, it's almost like a retreat. I'm serious. I mean, you start off just introducing yourself, meeting people. By the time you leave, you become like family. It's so amazing. You become like, everybody's so warm. Well, I can't say everybody, but most people. Most people that like to have fun and good people are, you know, just as warm and generous as can be. And, you know, when you join these groups and you ride, you become like family because you guys know each other. You spend more time with each other. And that's Raphael. Now, he's going to just like openly offer, just go down the line, offer people ribs, which is cool. But, you know, sometimes, you know, as myself, I like to partake when we do things. So, you know, if I would have known about it, I would have supplied money or I supplied food. Here we are heading out. So we spent maybe about an hour and a half there. Everybody got to enjoy the sights. And believe it or not, after this, we went to another lake. Loaded up, went to the other lake, stayed out until dark. Basil and I, we usually like to get over 100 miles in, and we'll stay on the lake till the sun comes down. So that's one thing we are in agreement with, and that's why I like riding. Most people come out, you know, want to ride for a couple hours and go back in. Me, I like to stay on the water. But we're gonna head about a couple miles back out, ride out, get on another lake. So this is basically almost the end of the video. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for some of the South Carolina ride. There's some more amazing waterfalls that we're going to, boat parties, hangouts, which is pretty cool. Thanks for watching.